And Jerry Shenk from the video stations here with his video picks of the month. I said week, month.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Brave the snow. Thanks for coming out today.
Yeah, it wasn't all that bad when I got here.
All right.
But right, what do we have? Well, first of all, what some are calling the first masterpiece of the 21st century, The Mysteries of Lisbon. And I don't like this cover. It makes the movie look dark and foggy. So I'm going to turn it around.
Oh, hold on. Here we go.
Turning it around because that at least makes it look a little brighter, but it's a lot brighter. It takes place in 19th century Portugal, Lisbon. It's an extremely complex film, but it takes place in bright places, the corridors of opera houses in intermission and the ballrooms of all the nobility. It's the story of the nobility and how they, oh dear, you know, they have more divorces and duels and going to a convent and illegitimate children than you can count, all right?
Sounds like a soap opera.
Oh, yeah. If you think War and Peace is a great novel, this is for you as a movie.
Really?
I'm serious. It's very good. But oh man, the characters keep changing. One is a common bandit, goes over to America, makes a fortune, comes back as it passes as nobility. You have to wait for, oh yeah, that's who that is.
It's the same guy.
The same guy, you know. But it's very good. And the theme is given a very common man says at the last, what to us is an everyday occurrence, to the nobility is high drama. And that says it all.
And it's long.
4.5 hours.
So be prepared.
But hey, as a video station, you can rent it for 6 nights.
Okay, there you go.
45 minutes a night.
There you go.
Next is Mozart's Sister, the story of Nannerl, Wolfgang's older sister, who was a performer and budding composer herself, but had to step aside because women just didn't do those things. Okay, and in that is an emotionally sad, not seeing what she does and what she becomes and why, and her relationship to Wolfgang, who you can see there playing the violin. There is a plot that involves the French royal family that is total fabrication. But it does make the French royal family look extraordinarily weird, which they were. Okay, so in that sense, it's true.
So I was going to ask you if it was a true story.
Yeah, they got it right. They got it right for her and Wolfgang and Leopold and their mother traveling around with them and doing various, shows and so on. And Wolfgang was a precocious little brat, as he should have been.
Some great music in there, I bet.
Oh yes, oh yeah. Early Mozart, some Nannerl, which is what her name is. Their music, not late Mozart, of course. They never do that. Okay.
So, okay.
Next is Take Shelter.
Is this from the Weather Center? We're getting this?
Yeah, well, it's about, I tell you, you're not quite sure what it's about, but it certainly is powerful. And Jessica Chastain is in it, who was nominated for Best Actress supporting in The Help, and she was in The Tree of Life. So she's in Coriolanus, which should be showing in town right now. And so she's a good actress, and they're both very good. It is possibly about, and you have to wait to find out, possibly about a man's descent into schizophrenia due to some very powerful dreams that involve weather, which he takes very seriously. It's fascinating, very heartbreaking. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Is he going mad, or does he really know something? Good movie.
Is that a tornado of birds, or what is that?
No, birds keep flying weirdly. Eventually drop out of the sky dead, which happens.
Yeah, it does happen,
yes.
sure.
So but no, those are birds, not a tornado of birds.
Okay.
But there are tornadoes.
So this is weather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, take shelter. Take shelter, dude, when you watch
That's right. The title says it all. Take shelter.
Now, The Myth and the Cross is not a pun on The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. It's directed by a Polish director, and it has, however, it's English speaking. It's Rutger Hauer and Michael York. Okay, do the stuff. And it takes a Peter Bruegger the Elder painting, The Way to the Cross, and shows him stepping into it and then drawing it. And all the characters, Bruegger has these huge landscapes. Okay, all the characters come to life. And they have him talking about the philosophy of the painting. What's that mill doing up there? You can see it over his shoulder.
Sure.
That's the windmill. And why is the cross not the central part of the painting? So he talks about the philosophy of painting too. It's fascinating, not much dialogue, and extraordinarily brutal.
In what way?
The Spanish Inquisition is in Flanders. This is in Flanders. And they don't tend to like Protestants. So they tend to do extraordinarily cruel things to them. My religious and physical ancestors were part of this persecution.
Yeah.
So it meant especially something to me, all right, in that area when during the Reformation. But it's a good, despite the brutality, a very good movie. It's gorgeous. And it ends up with a picture of the Bruegel painting hanging in a museum. And the camera just goes back and you see the whole picture as you've learned to live it with all these weird characters.
Fascinating.
So see all of these.
Yeah,
These
that's a light fare this month.
What?
Light fare.
Well, I don't know. Going into schizophrenia can be, there's not a lot of laughs, we'll admit that.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Jerry. All these are listed at channel3000.com, and you can find them at the video station. Good to see you. We'll see you in a month.
Thank you.
And we'll see you with a final recap of the weather.